Today is Tuesday, March 24th. I don't think it's any secret right now that the last 2 weeks have been, or 2 or 3 weeks, I should say, have been very eye-opening. We've all, in some way, been impacted by this virus, this coronavirus, that has come to our nation, and we've seen states go on lockdown. We've seen cities like New York City go on lockdown, and it's impacted all of us, I would say, in some way. And when anything like that happens and we don't see a clear end to it, we see a lot of uncertainty. It is very, very normal to feel feelings of fear and anxiety. So it's very normal to feel that way. And one of the things that I can speak to from a financial perspective is there are very, very few things that can create stress like financial stress. Financial stress can be a total bear to deal with. So the first thing I would say is take care of yourself. Take care of your mental state. And if you find yourself constantly clicking on the negative headlines, constantly reading the worst case scenarios, be mindful of that and how that is actually serving you. Is that helping you endure this? Because that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to endure this in some way. From an investing standpoint, one of the worst times to make investing decisions is when you are in a peak stress state. It is very, very difficult to think clearly when your emotions are clouding your judgment, which is why we create investment policy statements. We talk very strongly about understanding how markets can move quickly and knowing that what risk we're taking, what risk we're able to accept. And as painful as it is, this is what investing can be. This is how it can be for folks. We've seen a remarkable 10-year run, and we've now been hit broadside by what we call a black swan event, something that no one really could see coming. Of course, when it's over with, we'll all look back, and we're already seeing people look back and like, how do we not see this coming? But just be mindful of that. So number one, take care of your mental state. Take care of yourself. If you're finding yourself getting too stressed, how can you exercise? What are you eating? Are there things you can do to de-stress yourself right now? Because that is important. Number two, I would say is think proactively. What can you do? For some families, this is a perfect opportunity to sit down and actually look at a budget because of the uncertainty with work being delayed, possibly people being furloughed, or even worst case scenario, let go and going on to unemployment, hopefully very temporarily. This is an opportunity to look at your cash flow situation and look at those essential expenses versus discretionary expenses, and just get a grip on that. If you're fortunate enough that you still have a consistent income and you have retirement accounts, know that a lot of traditional wisdom will say increase your 401k contributions, increase your IRA contributions, and for some people that may be okay. For others, it's okay if you feel more comfortable not contributing right now and having a bigger paycheck come home so you can pad your cash. It's okay. You need to know and do what's best for your family. The last thing I'll say is right now we're waiting on a stimulus package. The market rallied significantly today, thinking that they were going to get this thing done. There were people saying that this thing's on the 2-yard line, and they're ready to get it over into the end zone. And so we don't really know what that's going to look like, but hopefully the market is very optimistic on it. What I will tell you is that there is still a lot of uncertainty out there. The one thing that I think is coming that is going to shock everybody is we're probably going to begin seeing some massive unemployment numbers this week. I want to tell you, this is my opinion, the way that they've drafted these bills to help people and to help companies, almost baked into the cake we were going to see massive unemployment numbers. The reason being is they basically are trying to have companies pay for paid sick leave. They've expanded the FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act, to include coronavirus, and they want companies with less than 500 employees to potentially pay their employees, not let people go. And the way that they're trying to backstop the businesses is through payroll tax credits and loans, potentially forgivable loans, but still loans from the SBA. There are a lot of employers that are just not going to do this. They're going to lay people off. They're going to let the people file unemployment, and they're not going to be on the hook to make those payments. It's not about whether or not it's fair or not fair. I'm simply telling you this is the reality of business. One of the things that the financial crisis should have taught everyone is that we are in an area now in our economy and our business where employees, to a large extent, can be viewed as a variable expense, and businesses can and will shrink their workforce so that they can survive. So this isn't about businesses not wanting their workers to be okay and not wanting to take care of their people, but there are some businesses out there that are going to have to make extremely difficult decisions so that they can survive, or at least have a shot to survive. And I think that they are trying to do this the best they can, but it will not surprise me to see some massive unemployment numbers. I do believe that if we can get through this, those unemployment numbers may be temporary, but that will be solved another day, I guess you could say. So anyway, recap: take care of yourself. Self-care is number one. Try to do whatever you can to minimize your stress levels. Number two, think about things you can control right now. Do a family budget. Can you contribute more to your retirement savings? Do you need to stop contributing to retirement savings and build your cash? And number three is we're still going to have some scary headlines ahead. We're not through the woods yet. There are more things coming. So know that, and don't let it have a disproportionate impact on you when you hear the news. All right? And hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you next time.